Here we are. My goodness, April 16th, 2026. Today's topic is so important. Thank you for being here, ladies, esteemed faculty, partners. You are partners and our guests, and also all of you watching our replay. This is so exciting because this topic, I'm going to just go through some of the logistics, just a little bit of why this is so timely for each of us. And this is not going to be a heavy tech conversation. Just want to put that out there right away. This is big picture strategic. And of course, I am Kathleen Caldwell, founder of C-Suite Network's Women's Coaching and Consulting Council. One of the joys of my life to be with each of you because I am a coach. How many of you, I'm curious, you knew from an early age, you were a teacher, you're a coach, you're the person that people went to when they wanted to talk about things. Yes, exactly. You're the person, that's right. You were a trusted advisor before there was even a term for that, right? Yes, that's how I feel too. So to raise the visibility, to raise the abundance, the prosperity, the contribution, the legacy of coaches and consultants, that is my mission on this planet. And I'm so excited about that. So welcome to our newest esteemed faculty partner, Kate Rosenberg. Thank you to you, Kate. We're so excited. And we have your date of your program, timely going to be launching with your new book. So congratulations. So sisters, save the date, May 14th. That whole announcement along with the Zoom link is coming out later today. It's coming out at 6 p.m. Central. So there's going to be a big launch on LinkedIn and Facebook, and C-Suite Network will be posting it next week as well in all of the newsletters. So great. Kate, anything you want to say about your program? Because we've been talking about it's going to be great.
Yeah, thank you, Kathleen. I'm so excited because May 14th is the day of my program, and it's the same date that my book launches. My book is Authentic Success, a guide for ambitious women to build aligned careers and lives. So, we're going to be talking about as you're going through your career and you're making choices, are they aligned with your values, your mindset, your goals, and your happiness? So, I'm really excited to present to y'all. It's going to be fun.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And Kate, of course, we're going to be inviting our executive and our women entrepreneurs. We're going to be inviting a lot of guests to come in and experience you, Kate, experience our sisterhood, because we're launching within our council a whole esteemed faculty executive partner track. So we're going to be bringing in more executive women that they can come to our council for vetted trusted advisors, coaches, and consultants. So your book, the timeliness is so perfect. And that's not by coincidence, Kate. We did some planning, but it's also a little bit of serendipity. So we're excited about that. So good. Thank you. And of course, our sister Deb Creer, we want to do a shout out for her. She's doing a really important research project. So you can see, go to yourcancercoach.live/research-study. Be sure to check that out. And this is not necessarily, I mean, it's just not about just cancer. This is about getting a diagnosis as a business leader. So jump in. Let's give Deb some shout outs to that, do some reposting. Her team has been doing a lot on LinkedIn and Facebook. So we love and appreciate her. We're going to send that out to her. Okay. We've always got great programs every Thursday. This council was created because I was a coach starting in 1998. That's way too many years ago. But I was alone in the world as a coach consultant. I didn't really have a place that I could go to where I was learning, growing in a sisterhood, and at the same time being promoted for the work that I'm doing. So that's why our council exists. So check out on our YouTube channel all of the great programs. And of course, Susan Younger, congratulations to you. Thank you for leading our deep work program. Suzanne Ekstrom did a great program around the launch of her newest book, and she's doing super. Her book launch has been going great. So big shout out to Suzanne as well. Okay, so the topic today is critical because how many of you feel like you're doing more and more and more and more and more, working in your business, working on your business, And at the same time, perhaps the results, they're coming in, but maybe you'd like to be doing a little bit less work and a little bit more in service to your clients. You get what I'm saying? Are you, as the Utes say, are you feeling me? Yes. So there's a gap that's happening right now. We've got a record number of coaches in the marketplace. Coaching has become, and as Susan mentioned a few minutes ago, it's become so beautiful and mainstream that we need to have your visibility as part of our council raise to the top. And so what I'm noticing is there's a gap between us doing the work we're doing, the podcasts, the newsletters, the webinars, all of these very important thought leadership, the category of one things, but having things that run for you consistently, because we all know buyers, purchasers, decision makers, people that are thinking of hiring you as a speaker, hiring you as a coach, hiring you as a presenter, hiring you as their coach in a group, in a mastermind, in a council, whatever you're doing, they need to be able to experience you on their time. Okay. So maybe when you're doing a webinar, they're not able to come to your webinar at the time that you're doing it. And replays are great. Replays are so important. Podcasts are so important. I'm not saying don't stop, keep doing those things, but you having an asset that runs for you 24/7 is the key. Okay. And I know this firsthand because we are contacting women coaches and consultants, trusted advisors on LinkedIn. And ladies, I now have 785 women, bless you all, who've raised your hands out there in the world to say, I'm interested in the council. Ladies, I don't know about you. I can't do that many calls. Can't do it. And honestly, I don't want to. I want to be able to, I want to experience all of these beautiful women, but I want to make things efficient for them and efficient for me. So that makes sense. Being able to kind of get the backstory, the origin story of what are you doing? Why are you doing it? And then answering questions that people have just to make things more efficient. Okay. That's the key. So this is, you can see a lot of text here, is we can't count on people seeing us, hearing us, reading our newsletter, getting our newsletter, knowing about us on our time. We need to be on their time, okay? Which is a just in time kind of world. All right. So the opportunity here is you being omnipresent. I love this term, being strategically omnipresent. Okay. And I should have had a little TM sign there because that is a key distinction in the category of one book that I'm launching, the category of one podcast that I'm launching as well. So you being visible and noted to people, people know you, as our sister Sheila Anderson says, people need to know you before they need you. So we don't want to be hustling. We don't want to be like always working, posting and doing all kinds of things. We just do things at our pace that work for us. But having an automated system is the key here. So very quickly, there are generally three different things. And my intention here is to just give you some baseline data that you can use to say, okay, I want to take the next step. Okay. So this is not going to be getting into the technical details of how to set it up and all this. I'm going to give you some frameworks, of course, like we do, just some general overview, but this is going to expedite your speed to market very, very efficiently. And that's the key for us as coaches and consultants. We may have a virtual assistant, we may have a team. When you are part of our council, you've got a team behind you with C-Suite Network. You've got our team, our council team, our sisters here. So we're helping to push and promote you. But if you're a coach on your own, pretty hard to do all this, okay, to be omnipresent. So there are generally considered in the market three different ways that you can be omnipresent. You might have an evergreen webinar. You've heard that term before, right? You might have a master class. You might have a VSL, which is a video sales letter. And so there are differences between all of these. And I think if you want to take a screen capture of this, jump in. By the way, my team is creating a playbook for you on this. So you'll be getting this within by our next call, by next Thursday, you'll get a playbook so that you can actually go through this step by step. But having one of these is really, really, really important. And to be able to, with an evergreen, evergreen, the term, it's like a perennial. Like we're now in the process of springtime here in the USA. And so we've got things that are coming up every year, flowers and plants and trees. They just keep blooming no matter whether we're doing our pruning or whether we're planting. So we want evergreen, right? We want perennial. So the benefit of this is that it's pre-recorded, it runs 24/7. It's just kind of something that you can put on your website that people can kind of get all of the data they need before they book a call with you or before they come to a group kind of program. So you've answered their questions, you've given them key background, you've done a Q&A, as I mentioned, but you don't have to be doing that every time. Okay. So for how many of you, the enrollment process, the bringing people into your community, it's time consuming, right? It's great, but it's time consuming. We get to know people, but this whole evergreen system helps you save time, helps our prospects save time. And we can't get time back. So this is really important. So I highly recommend, again, take a screen capture, do a combination of these things. This is a masterclass. Some people call it a webinar. That's the same type of thing. But the goal here is, of course, to have something educate and position you as the thought leader, as the leader of your group, your mission, your vision. So having a master class is really key. The video sales letter is something else that we're implementing with our council and with me personally is it's a way to give an overview of a specific offer. Okay. So you've got the Evergreen webinar, kind of the origin story. The masterclass number 2 is about a particular topic that you might want to talk about women executives, dealing with job transition, women leaders, dealing with stress in the workplace. Um, you might want to talk about corporate culture. Those could be the themes of your masterclass. And then when you have an offer, hey, come and enroll in my group. I'm doing particular things. Use the VSL as a way to convert and move through into what's next. Okay. Comments, questions. I love this chart because it helps me understand these 3 different things. Okay, so continuing on, and this is another very busy slide, but I thought it was really important, is that you get it kind of at a glance. Feel free to take a screen capture here. This is a way for you to take your community, be able to imagine they're looking for speakers, they're looking for a coach, they're looking for a consultant that specializes in, women's leadership, culture, they're dealing with AI, whatever it may be. They want to bring someone on to talk at a conference. They want to bring someone for an offsite or a board retreat. You can meet them where they're at. I tell you, honestly, I'm a member of the International Coach Federation, a very proud member, but most decision makers are not going to look through 74,000 ICF coaches. They're just not going to do it, right? And this whole system gives you beautiful visibility wherever people meet you. And by the way, when you have a VSL, you've got a masterclass, you've got Evergreen, we as the council, we're going to promote you. We're going to advertise for you. We're going to tell the world about it. So you're going to get more leverage on these fabulous assets. Okay, so in a nutshell, there's just 4 components to an evergreen webinar. And when I say that converts, it meaning that it takes people from where they're at. Maybe they don't know about you, they've heard about you, they know you have a book launch coming about, you've done a podcast, it moves them to the next step in your process. Okay, so you've got content, you can see that. You have positioning. You're in a place with this evergreen webinar. You get to tell the story about what are you doing? Why are you doing it? What are the big expensive problems that you help solve? What's the transformation you and your company, your organization, your offer, everything that you're doing, what does that provide? Number 3, you get to then take people through a nurturing sequence. I love this because if people watch, listen to a podcast, we want all that. We want people to enjoy you and consume your content in a variety of ways because that helps your positioning, that helps you be selected. But chances are, if people are going to experience you on a podcast, even if you have a strong call to action, you don't necessarily get those people into your world, right? We don't get them to sign up for your newsletter. So having a strong call to action is really, really key. And I tell you, I wish that I had known this early in my career. Nobody told me how to do all this stuff. I didn't have, I had a strong mentor, but the mentor was a coach to help me be a great coach, not be a great CEO of my company. You understand what I'm saying here? And we've got to be both, right? We've got to be positioned as the CEO of our company, as well as be an amazing, terrific, effective, transformational coach, consultant, trusted advisor. Okay. So this gives you a great opportunity to ask for people's email. Of course, we never spam. Maybe you could even ask for their cell phone, if that's what you're planning to do. And okay, again, we are always offering value, or the spirit of reciprocity is key. But then also you get to have a clear call to action. What do you want people to do next? Schedule a call with you, download your report. Many of you have done strategic research. Maybe you want them to download your research report. This gives you a way to engage people and keep them top of mind with you and you with them. Okay. Comments, questions, jump right in. Okay. So, why this? I'm really, really, really excited about this because this is in service to you. My whole goal with our council is to have you be seen in the world as the tremendous expert that you are, the thought leader you are, the category of one person that you are before people are even looking for you. So we know next year organizations are already starting to book their speakers. They're already starting to book their projects for 2027. And so this whole methodology helps people see you now so they can book you next year. Okay. Maybe even book you this year, of course. And so, if we wait until January 1st to say, okay, I'd like to be a speaker at a major conference this year. I'd like to be, Carol, I know you're speaking at some executive women's groups. Thank you. That's great. This helps people see you and prepare for you. And so that you're going to get more phone calls, research, email requests. Hey, we saw your webinar. We know more about you. We've seen your presence on camera. We'd like to hire you and pay you to be our speaker for next year. So wouldn't it be fabulous that literally in the second, third, and fourth quarters of this year, you're already booked for the first quarter of next year? You've already got paid engagements for next year. Won't that be great, right? And then you can book your travel and book everything around the things that are already paid for. You've got deposits in, you've got contracts that are already confirmed for next year. Whoa, we love that. Okay. So why all of this makes so much sense because corporate leaders are going to want to watch a webinar. They're going to want to watch an Evergreen VSL. They're going to want to watch you. You then you're already the pre-qualified expert because you're not just a coach consultant that's scrapping for business. You've already got your assets out there telling the world about what you can do and how you can do it. You also, as we mentioned before, clients want to find you on their time frame. Okay. And of course, I love this because your webinar travels with you no matter where you go, what you do. You're maybe starting a new newsletter, you're starting a new offer. You can have this fabulous evergreen webinar that always goes with you. It's attached to you through your YouTube channel, and or your website, of course. Okay, good. And so it's a tremendous asset. Okay, so here's very quickly how we do it. Okay. So I think we all agree this is really critical, right? Really important. This is a game changer here. We don't want to have people wait to talk with us and wait weeks for your calendar to open up or whatever it may be. And we want to be able to have people experience this now. So all you need is, again, we don't want to have, I like to start with the minimum viable product, so to speak. Let's just get something out there, right? We don't have it, you can have iterations of it. But you know the saying, done is the new perfect, right? We want to have it done and then we can come back and we can fine tune. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to be sloppy. It's not going to be good quality because we know you ladies, it will be excellent. Okay. So, may I suggest look on the left column is just get a 40 to 60-minute recorded presentation. Start with 30 minutes. Just start with 30 minutes. And I'm going to give you a little bit of an outline of how you do this. So, the tech is actually very easy. Use your AI assistant to come up with a script, to come up with a whole framework on the the path that you are on, the path you've been on, what you do, who you help, what are your credentials, and have a systematic way that you're talking through this. Okay. Also, name it a great title. We want to have a transformational title. I am more certain than ever before that we're going to get engaged and retained and build community and have a business we truly love when we're in the business of transformation. More of that to come. Okay. When we're taking people on a journey where they were in this place, and then you were the person that helped them transform their business, their career, their life, the way they think about themselves, their image in the world, right? Transactional coaching, is not, that's old school. I mean, it's the way that it was. People want a new experience, right? You get to help them with that. So have a great title. Then also use your technology, use, your follow-up system. Just create and use your AI assistant to do this in your voice, a 5-part follow-up series in a sequence where you can stay in touch with people. Just put together or have your team put together a very basic one-page registration page where on it you've got the title, who this is for, who this is not for. When you watch this 30 minutes, whatever it is, here's what you're going to get. And then just put it on one page with a call to action at the end. Okay. You can switch out the video anytime you want to. Okay. As you improve it, maybe you get a little bit different background. Maybe you use use your VA, use your team, use Fiverr, use Upwork, whatever it is, to add in a little bit of B-roll. So it looks kind of nifty, right? Add in a little music, this should be something that you do along with everything else that we're doing. Okay. May I suggest don't stop your beautiful coaching and consulting to do this. Okay. Just do a little bit every day, a little bit every week. And before you know it, in 30 days, you'll have this whole thing done. Okay. So have a call to action, use an automated delivery system. I'm going to give you some ideas about that. But again, what you don't need is you don't need some sort of slick Hollywood thing. It'd be great, but for your first version, just get it out there. Okay. Just do it on Zoom and Loom, whatever you'd like. You don't need a lot of followers to do this. You don't need a course. You don't need to have something fancy, schmancy, complicated. Just keep it really, really simple. Okay. And then may I suggest again, use your AI assistant to come up with this organic way you can do it. Include your little snippet video in your newsletters. Hey, by the way, I've got something new that I'm launching. Just put together a little video, insert it in your newsletters, a link to it, put it on your Vimeo page, your website, your Zoom, whatever you're doing. Okay, your YouTube. Okay, comments, questions? I'm flying it through this here. I need to take a sip of water. So I'm going to say, ladies, jump in. What are you thinking so far? Give me some feedback. I know you have to have a point of view on this. What are you thinking?
I think we're all good. Where do I start when yet we know where to start? It's kind of that this is very clear and simple that you're showing us how to do it. Yet I think each of us goes, what's my first one? What do I make my first introduction to others with?
Beautiful.
Is there one I
Beautiful.
should do? Is there one that should be, this is the introduction to me and why you'd want to proceed with listening to me on a regular basis? Or is this
Exactly.
something you feel is already so well established? Like Carol has done so much around LinkedIn, she could easily do something that pulls from some of the pieces she's already done and said, here's a sample of the stuff I'm doing. Sign up for this program. And she'd have a repeatable uh, piece that she could use when she's launching any of her programs because it says this is a sampling of some of the stuff I've done. See my latest offer. And I think each of us needs to consider
Exactly.
what's the piece we're trying to promote. And I think that's why you've got the silence because we're all going, what's mine?
Thank you. And, and to even start to have something that you're recording, why do I do what I do? What's my passion about this topic? Even just starting and may I suggest use your AI assistant, use your Claude, and I'm jamming on Claude these days. I love Claude. Use your ChatGPT, use Perplexity, use whatever you're using. And I'm going to give you some frameworks here and some things that you can use. Plus, we'll have our playbook you can use to just start with, hey, I'd like to have help me create a 30-minute script on what am I doing? Why am I doing it? Who this is for? You wouldn't say, okay, folks, the big expensive problem that I solve is this. No, you would talk about it in a way of, here, I've noticed this. My research indicated this. Here's what I'm learning, and here's why I'm doing what I'm doing. Just even something like that, just like get it going. But I'm going to give you more. But good. Thank you, Susan, for bringing that up. And we are most of the time we have a little bit more capacity and space in our calls, but I'm like, today is like, we got to get this stuff done. Okay, we got to
And
get this stuff
and
done.
I
Yeah. Mhm.
think some of us even forget some of the things we've done and recorded. I know I had to, for a speaking opportunity, put in a X amount of, video, and I was like, what am I gonna pull from? Because I hadn't really thought of what I'd done previously as how it would be relatable. And then I went back to see some of my saved Zooms, and I was like, oh, well, this at least shows me engaging with, only two people, but it still shows that I'm creating conversation. I'm leading the conversation. I'm doing what I'm saying I would do with a larger group. And it was like, well, this is a no-brainer. I'm just sticking this one in. And now it may not get me anything, but it had me realize I've got stuff I can use that I haven't thought about using lately.
Excellent, excellent. And what I'm also planning to do is I'm going to use my VA team, but also I'm digging in. Ladies, I'm a local girl. I love my local Woodstock, Illinois, and I love doing business within a 100-mile radius. I don't want to be on planes, trains, and automobiles all the time. I build a local business. And so I'm supporting my local community college, and I'm also going to be supporting one of my local high schools. These young people are craving to be able to their video is their jam. If they're in the media training, they're in the media department, they want people to create projects for. And so I'm connecting with my local community college and a couple high schools to say, hey, I've got a couple projects. I'll tithe X amount of money to resources to your department, and let's get the youths, okay? Let's get the youths helping us, right? And it's just a phone call. It's, listen, I've got a video project. I'd like to do this. You will have them clamoring to help you with this. And we need a little younger energy sometimes, right? We need to be able to, and plus, so work locally, get some help locally. Number one. Number two, we should always be, and I'm working on this myself. You have more snippets, clippets, video. You've got more pictures of you, your social proof, right? You've got picture. We could take a picture of this right now, talking about our program. You've got great, great, great evidence that you are the category of one in what you do. So we've got to be creating a library of those things, all right? Even if, and again, the students can do this, they're great at this, creating this B-roll of pictures of you, just a kaleidoscope of pictures. Don't spend your time on this. Can be very time consuming to do the extra video, okay? You on camera, you can do, but let's get some help to do this. It doesn't have to be hard, all right? Am I speaking to the converted here, right? Yeah, yeah, yes. And today is also really the intention is to give you some ideas so you can start thinking about this and then, of course, take one step, okay? Yeah, because we've got to have at our fingertips, we've got to have in a couple folders the social proof, the evidence, all of that. Okay. We don't want to wait until, okay, I've got an opportunity to put in this proposal for this particular speaking gig. Now let me try to find the video of me on a podcast. It was like, no, we don't want to do that. Okay. Good. All right. So let me wrap up here. And this goes back to thank you, Susan, for saying this. This is the minimum viable evergreen webinar. Just coming up with something really, really, really basic to start. Use your AI assistant to help. And of course, you know, part of this is, hey, let's use technology to have us out there. Let's have technology that's really a way to pull in all of these great assets that you have and to be able to get more leverage out of everything you're doing. Okay. We're doing podcasts. We've got a book launch. We've got all these different things. But sisters, it's all out there, sprinkled out there. Okay. Let's find a way to bring it all together. All right. And to have our message always working for us. Okay. I just love this because we just need to be seen and known in the right rooms. Okay. In the right rooms. That's what we need. And so this gives us just a great opportunity to be able to have people see us and experience us on their time. Okay. Very, very quickly as a wrap up here are some tools. Feel free to take a screen capture of this. This is going to be in your playbook. Okay. And you can use, part of C-Suite Network, one of your amenities through our council and through C-Suite Network is Go High Level. And I think they're now calling it High Level, right? High Level has a webinar feature. Okay. I'm planning to use that. All right. So just use the technology within Go High Level. You can also just start with something so simple like your Zoom. Loom videos. Oh my gosh, those are fantastic. Some of you are using Riverside and StreamYard. You can use those two. Camtasia and is on the Apple platform. ScreenFlow. Just use something to record. Even use your phone. Okay, just to start with just a version on your phone, right? Let's just get something going. Okay. Then you can automate it with Go High Level. That's a way you would host it. You could put it on YouTube. Very, very simple, right? You can put it on Vimeo, wherever you want to do that. So we're going to record it. Then we're just going to automate it and give it a way to put it on autoplay, even if you put it on your website. Really good. And then think about how you might then take people to the next level. What do you want them to do? Put them in your technology to be able to follow up with them and offer items and experiences of value. All right. So that's a really simple way to do it. And here's just another quick little stack. I'm going to put this in our playbook is just record something. First, get the script. What do you want to say? Tweak it a little bit. What do you want to say? And then automate it, convert it into how do you then have people sign up and say, hey, I'd like more? And then how do you nurture people with this whole ever omnipresent expert starter stack? That's a mouthful. Okay. All right, here we go. Takeaways. We've got to orchestrate our visibility, right? We want to be in the right rooms with the right people, having people experience us, right? And consistency, right? We can't do enough podcast interviews or YouTube or webinars like this to be able to be 24/7, right? So to have something that's a tool for you to be able to connect with people, absolutely critical. Okay. Let's start thinking that, hey, this is an asset I'm building for my business, right? It's a 24/7 positioning and sales engine machine. Okay. And we don't have to be everywhere, but we want to be in the right places at the right time with the right people. All right. I think we're done here. Minimum viable project. And let's go into finally, what are your takeaways? What's emerging for you? And be sure to, you registered for our program today. Thank you. And you attended. Thank you. Thank you. You'll get the playbook in email. Hey, that's one of our follow-ups, right? You'll get the playbook on how to take the next step. But start with thinking about what would I like to talk about? What's important for me to talk about? What's my point of view? What's why do I feel called to do the work that I'm doing? And you could just record that. And that's part of your origin story. That is fantastic right there. Okay. Even if you start with that, forget about the offer, forget about other stuff. Just start with that. That would be fantastic. So, what are you thinking, ladies? What's emerging for you before we complete? Sound good? Are you digging it? Very good.
I'm thinking that the webinar is a great way, you said, to provide value. And I think that builds a lot of trust with whoever's watching it. They're getting a taste of how you show up and the value you would provide for their audience and the people that they're serving. And I think that the follow-up, that 5 email sequence is the key, right? Like the webinar is how you build trust and you show credibility. And then the five emails is how you get them to take the next step or convert. So I love this and I'm excited to do it.
Wonderful. Good. Thank you. Yeah, let's use our AI to help us with this and to come through using just an entire beautiful nurturing sequence. If you just even put nurture sequence in your AI assistant, you're going to get it. It's going to be fantastic, right? Yeah. We want to take people through a journey, right? And I love everything that you said, Kate. And that trust factor is so huge because when people see you on video, they get an experience of your professionalism. They stop and can think, wow, okay, this is how she is on camera. I can trust her to come into, I'm going to invite her to come in and speak to our group. I'm going to invite her to be talking to our board of directors, our emerging leaders program, and with Zoom, we get to be everywhere. We don't have to necessarily be in person in the ground. We may want to be, but you convey so much on video. It's really great. So we skip all of the steps about building know like trust, move right to being able to have people make a decision and choose us. Yeah, love it. Great, good, good, good. Brenda, thoughts, Susan, before we complete?
Oh, just my mind is just spinning, so I'm not able to really articulate all the thoughts that are running through my mind. But very very excellent, concise presentation of steps that I can take that will be extremely helpful and valuable to me in accelerating my progress. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Brenda. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Good. Mission
And
accomplished. Susan, yes,
what I'll
you.
add to it is once we've done this, it's repeatable. That you get the 5 done. It no longer is a how am I going to do it? It's like, oh, I've done this once. I can now repeat it. It may not be the same components, but it's the system is set in place, which means if you're loading it someplace, it becomes simpler because once done, you've learned enough to go, now I can do this again. Oh, this time I want to add one step, whatever it is, but it's that getting started, getting our feet wet that'll help us to move forward faster.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Thank you. Thank you. So let's complete and completely agree with you. And, this is also, this whole system it's really honoring our people. It's honoring our people because our prospects, our community, they have limited time like we do. Everybody's got limited time. And so being able to expedite the process. So you will see our council is going to be doing this in the next 30 days. We've got a draft already going because then when you have conversations with people, you can have the meaningful, great, powerful connection that you want with people on the phone. You're not spending a lot of time talking to them about what you're doing, why are you doing it, how you're doing it. You can get to the heart of the conversation. So questions, comments, jump in, schedule a time with me, Kathleen Caldwell, and I just love it. Thank you so much. Think about your biggest takeaway as we complete here and what could be your next step. More to come, ladies. Thanks for being here. Love you. Love your energy. Love your contribution.
Thank
And
you.
most importantly, I love who you are in the world and the difference you make. Keep going. Keep going. Bye for now. We'll see you next
Thank
Thursday.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Keep going. Love to you. Bye bye. Thank you. Thank you.